So, is it true that your sisters made you watch the original Child's Play when you were 6 years old?
Yes, absolutely. Before that, the very first movie I ever saw was Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives, in the theater. Because my sisters don't care about me. But I loved it. I was like absolutely in awe of this bigger than life franchise, you know what I mean? Like this genre, the horror genre, I just wanted more. Like I was like addicted. And when Child's Play came out, when I was 6, I just remember it was during the time that there were these actual dolls, I don't know if you remember, called My Buddy dolls. Like there were literal dolls called My Buddy, and then the girl version was called Kid Sister. And over here in America, like, it was pandemonium. Like you would turn on the news and you would see these parents fighting over these dolls, and like, it was crazy. So then this movie comes out and everyone threw those dolls away. Like everybody got rid of them. Like, no, we don't need. And I was fascinated by it because I was like, it's amazing what horror movies can do, because they're kind of like the commentary to our society, right? Like the perils of mankind and like what we do if you smoke weed, if you have sex before you're married, this is what happens. But I love it because like it was a take on consumerism. Like technically we created this and this is kind of our fault. So, but also I was like, there's kids in it. Cause like in the horror movies, it's adults that are getting like, but I was like, no, there's kids. Like I'm a kid. That means like, oh no, this is not good. But I've always been a fan of this franchise. I just thought it was always like incredibly clever, incredibly smart, really scary. Because like, you know, as a kid, your toys are your possession. Like they're the things you hold so dear. And then what happens when even that isn't a place of safety anymore? You know what I mean?
Exactly. So being a fan of the franchise and the horror genre in general, how did you feel when you found out you got this role?
It was a no-brainer. Like because I remember getting the script and it wasn't called Child's Play, it was called the Caslin Project, you know, to keep anonymity for it. And I just remember reading it. I think I was like in an airport lounge getting ready to get on a flight. And I'm just sitting there reading. I remember like looking up and going, no, I can't, no. And I just kept going, I was like, this says Chucky. This is Chucky? I was like, is this Child's Play? And I immediately was like, I will do it, absolutely. And not just because of Chucky, mostly because of Chucky, but I really liked the story. Yeah. Like I found myself like really caring about Chucky. Like I really care about him. And I really liked my character, you know? I really liked Mike. Because, you know, in horror movies, we all know this, it is famous that black people don't really have the best experiences in horror movies, you know? And like with this one, I was like, this is really great. Like, Mike is cool, like he's a great guy, like and also like, there were a lot of parallels between him and Andy, which I had not seen before. Like before in the other movies, it was like Andy all by himself, you know what I mean? Like, he just was abandoned and like turned away. And this one you see Mike and Andy are kind of alike, you know, like we're both from single mother homes. We both are loners. Like we don't really have a lot of friends per se, but we find this friendship in each other that we didn't even know was possible. And I thought that was really cool.
So finally, can you just comment on the prank wars that happened on set? I know I've got to wrap up.
I won.
Okay.
That's what happened. But it was really fun. Me and Aubrey Plaza, we were like, we're gonna get these kids who were born like in the 2000s and we're gonna like scare the hell out of them, and we won.
Okay, I
think it's still going on. But I think we're okay.
Thank you so much for talking to HeyUGuys. Appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching HeyUGuys.
HeyUGuys, huh?
HeyUGuys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
HeyUGuys!